clearly walling with Nurse. In her VOD she says, "I don't really know where I am gonna be going, but I am just gonna do this," and would proceed to perfect blink every time. Deflects the walling by saying she's streaming when she clearly knows you can hide cheats behind a stream. And you can delete this comment. But at the end of the day you know you have to cheat to get an advantage on others. Nadia 2.0.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Hey gamers, I was accused of cheating, again, as you heard, even after they watched the VOD, which is kind of wild, because I've never really heard somebody double down like that before. And while it doesn't really bother me per se, I think we can use this as a teaching experience and perhaps criticize Miss Michaela here to stop running in a predictable manner so they can possibly get good. Also, I think analyzing the game will be a lot of fun, although I don't think they would believe anything I have to say, but it may help the next person prevent an embarrassment like this and improve their play against the Nurse. I don't really feel like using a script for the game review, so hopefully my ADHD brain can handle it. Anyway, let's get to it. So first things first, this guy is Leech. His name, or their name, sorry, is Bring Bloody Party Streamers Please, and they don't bring anything. I don't know what offering they do bring. I just know that I was like, oh, okay, we're gonna do that. No, they didn't bring anything. So my build doesn't really matter because Retribution goes away early, which was kind of upsetting, but we do have Aura Reading at the beginning. I do mess up my blink. Hawkins is a little awkward, kind of like RPD. I swing, Fungman leaves, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. So I go for these guys. I'm looking for a line of sight. I'm blinking to where I last saw them, and then I'm following up. That's just like, if I was cheating, I would be blinking right on the person. I wouldn't even bother, like, going line of sight. Look at this Michaela. Line of sight, okay? What do? They hold W, okay? Let's look at that one more time. Miss Michaela. Or should I call you Miss Leech? Okay, I'll stop. Miss Michaela, you're going forward, right? You broke line of sight. You could have gone a couple different ways here. I could have blinked. There's no point in me blinking to the door because I have a second blink that needs to go somewhere, right? So I chose my next best option, which was to prediction blink. And lucky for me, I get to learn pretty early on that this Michaela tends to run in a very predictable manner. Like she turns left, she's probably going to keep holding forward, and I'm just going to land on her. And the thing with playing Nurse is you need to decide pretty early on how is everybody playing, okay? So immediately right there, I was like, okay, so she runs in one way. I'm lost because I can't find my generator. I can't find my marker. I'm looking for my marker. I found it. This is probably where the guy was assuming that I was cheating. Okay, so let's look at the comment. In her VOD, she says, I don't really know where I'm going to be going, but I'm just going to do this. Yes, because nurses... you want to know how our power works, my dude? We have two things. We have line of sight blinking, then we have prediction blinking. The reason why nurses love Aura is because we like to prediction blink. However, I'm doing a mix of both. You're making it so easy for me to prediction blink on you, and you don't do anything. It's like the definition of insanity, right? I'm just going to do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. No, that's not how you play against a nurse. You got to basically be the most sanest insane person, dodging, weaving, prediction, like, you know what they could have done here. So I'm like creeping my way upward. I'm trying to look for line of sight. And then once I go for the gen, I was like, okay, I don't really see them on the left. I don't hear them on the left because they are injured. I do use my ears a lot when playing Nurse. So they're going to keep going straight. They could technically be in the middle section of the hallway, but I mean, it's better if I go to the end of the hallway because then I'm likely going to see them heading back, right? Also, I couldn't throw away my blink. I mean, I could have put it behind me, but what's the point? I need to see where they're going. So the only option for me to use my entire length of my blink, because I have it fully charged. Otherwise, I'm going downstairs. So far, the first trace immediately, Michaela just heads straight. So when I say I don't really know where I'm going, Miss Michaela, I actually don't. And you can see it. Like, normally when people cheat, it's their actions that show. But if you are already biased and thinking that like, oh, well, she's lying, she's fake, you know how awkward it would be to fake cheating and stream and try to hide it and then risk my entire reputation. You know how like dumb that is? Like, I don't know. You got to think of the consequence of cheating, right? Like, why would somebody, at least a person with a platform, which, for instance, we saw that with the game facing in the competitive it was a comp game from Hens, right? The guy was cheating, and because he was cheating and proved to be cheating, highly recommend that video, by the way, his reputation got ruined. So obviously, like, there's some heavy repercussions for, like, it matters, right? It really does matter in this space. Anyway, I'm kind of going on a tangent, so let's continue. So I go downstairs and I check the generator that they were before, the area they were before, and I accidentally found Fungmin. I did a misblink and I randomly swung, don't know why, but this probably supported their claim of cheating because I knew where Fungmin was, quote, quote, right? The thing with Nurse is we have to maneuver the map with blinking. That is our movement, okay? We might get lucky in doing so. A lot of times I'm prediction blinking because line of sight blinking doesn't work very well with Hawkins unless they're actually double backing and stuff. But this team wasn't. They were just kind of going through corridors, so I'm looking around, trying to see where people are. I lose Fungmin, and you saw that, right? So if I knew where she was, and if I was cheating, why would I leave? So now we have Michaela, who thinks that this is also a cheater brain moment. In addition, people don't realize that real players are behind these killers. Or maybe they, I don't know, maybe they just don't think we have brains. So Michaela just finished healing. Where was she before? She was upstairs. So I'm going to check the generator upstairs, and I'm going to use the only marker that I have. I'm really bad at blinking in the hallway, so I always use a gen as a marker. I go up there, and I immediately hear her. I hear her breathing, and I prediction blink, because guess what? So far, Michaela has not proven to me that she knows how to double back. Okay, so what am I gonna do? Oh no, she's cheating. I'm cheating. Okay, so here, I'll let you guys listen. Come down. So it was a really good guess. I double checked to see if she actually brought Bloody Party streamers, and she didn't. So I'm now noticing that right here. So Michaela, here goes. Still not double backing. But let's look. So if I didn't mess up my blink, I would have wanted to gone through this. But Hawkins is very cluttered, and which is fine. It's just not a good nurse map. But again, she doesn't change directions. You're not getting better. This is okay. And what sucks about this is you're probably gonna watch this video and you'll be like, oh, she of course she's gonna, say she's not. She's defending herself. Dude, I'm just trying to help you, okay? I just want people like Hawkins is a terrible nurse map. There's really no reason to be letting me get away with all of these prediction blinks. You can't accuse a nurse of cheating when you're not, like, and here's the thing, if you think a nurse is cheating, why don't you change directions just to test your theory? What? It makes no sense to me. And then sure enough, we jump off and we find Yoichi at a generator, because that's another place that nurses go. We check generators. We blink there, we look for a line of sight scratch marks, and he tries to pallet loop me, which does not work in their favor. Now, what's kind of wild about this game is that it does, like, if I really was bent out of shape, wanting to think that someone was cheating, I probably would gaslight myself in thinking so if I didn't know any better, if I didn't play the killer. And so far, no one here has proven to me that they double back. Like, no one here has really done it, right? So why would I become a line of sight player? Anyway, so Miss Michaela is playthinged, and they go right back to the generator that everyone wanted to work on. And surprise Pikachu phase. The killer knows where I am. Then Retribution finally procs, and we see Fungmin, who is at this gen. I do prediction blink, and I try to do a longer blink, but I can only make it so far, and she actually runs into me. Then I see a notification prompt toward that area, and I'm assuming it was Fungmin vaulting something, and so I went back to the hook, because the scratch marks led into this room. Saw her while blinking. She didn't double back, so I downed her. I get back up to kick the generator that everybody's been eyeing on, and then I go back, and sure enough, someone else is there, right next to Hook, and it is Yoichi. The nurse didn't know you were here, it's just there's a hooked person here, and my slug is here, so obviously I'm gonna come back. Anyway, Yoichi actually does some double backing movements, but it doesn't really matter, and he tries to farm her, but it doesn't work. I didn't even go for the hit because I was just like, okay, if they're gonna save this person, I'll just reuse this hook. But they didn't actually make it. So I do get the hook on Fungmin, and then I was like, let's just finish the game. Why not? So I see her down the hallway after checking my hook, and then I follow scratch marks, and you can hear her through the hallway right here. It's nice not having a chase music, because then you can actually hear people through the wall, which is why you shouldn't lower nurses' chase music. But she ends up going down because she runs in a predictable manner. So I'm going to let endgame play, and so you can hear my interaction with these guys and what they had to say, because it was more than what was commented on my profile. Yeah, thanks for listening to my mini rant about why this Michaela needs to get good. You really perfectly blinked everyone, I bet. So you wall?
Yeah, totally. I just, am I being accused of cheating? You are 1000%. You want proof for your report? You'll see how I don't blink on everyone. You'll see how I get lost. But you'll also see how I'm just better. You'll see a lot in that video. How do you go from perfect on a map with hella ways to break on a site to bad? You don't have to be bad. Okay, you don't have to be assess like a bad player and blame cheats. I couldn't think of like how to word that. Play the game, but less bad. Or get better, I don't know. Now you're calling me bad because you're saying I'm cheating. And like, that's not what a good player would think. Cringe nuts, you are. Have a good day. Remember to take the VOD before you go. What makes you think I'm not? Because you think I am cheating. You nut. What the fuck?